Hey, this is KCWM with another pedal demo. This time we're looking at the Loophole Pedals Gray Matter. Loophole Pedals is a company that's local here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area and normally does rehouses and modifications for numerous pedals and with different tiers of them, so different levels of the different modifications that you can do. But over the last couple of years, Mike at Loophole has been working on and developing this pedal, which is his take on the gray version of the DoD 250 preamp. Now, I've never owned a DoD 250 preamp, but over the last few days since getting this and playing with it, I'm finding it to be really cool. It's a nice overdrive, but with the two different drives in there, you can get a fair amount of saturation, and it's different than any of the other drive pedals that I have. So just looking at it real quick, the controls for each channel are gain, which of course you know what gain does, edge, which dials in the amount of hard clipping saturation, and then volume, which of course does volume. The toggles with the bottom, the toggle down does an homage to the original 250. The middle position cuts the edge and the hard clipping out and turns it more into a boost, which is really cool to have, especially in a 2-in-1 enclosure. And then the top version is each channel has a different diode that is based on Mike's favorite clipping personalities. I will include a link to the Loophole site and specifically the Gray Matter page, which has more details in there. I am not all that familiar with what most components do, but Mike is, and he has described what they are, so you can go there and check it out. So for the playing purposes, I will be using my Les Paul Classic with Classic 57s into a Fender Princeton Reverb reissue, mic'd with an MXL R144 and a Sennheiser E906, and I'll be blending those two sounds together. So, and I'll be playing the neck pickup. Here is my clean sound in drop D because I'm all about the 90s, and yeah, that's not very loud because I have the green channel on. That is a failure. There we go. As I've said in other videos, I am not much of a lead player, so if you're looking for blistering solos and how the pedal sounds, unfortunately, I am not your man for that. But pentatonic licks that everyone can do pretty much, that's me. Alright, let's get going. Here's the green channel, everything more or less at noon, and the control down. So let's go ahead and raise the gain to, let's go to 9 o'clock instead of going full blast just yet. Drop D, you can fail to fret power chords correctly. Oof. So let's go ahead and raise the edge up, and so to increase the hard clipping. And one thing that I will point out with that is when you increase the edge, the volume does drop, And so just to show you real quick, just with a quick D chord, if you look at that based on the previous guitar recording, it's much quieter. So let's go ahead and boost that up. And going to about 1 or 2 o'clock will take care of that. You get when you try to improvise instead of going with what you've been playing. But yeah, so the hard clipping, you know, just to show you the range of gamut real quick, you'll notice that it gets really loud, and that's down at that. Well, I just blew your ears out a little bit. So you want to, as you're adjusting the hard or the edge up, you want to increase the volume. And of course, as you lower the edge, you want to decrease the volume. So let's go ahead with the gain down to 9 o'clock and the edge all the way down and the volume down to accommodate. Or maybe not need to accommodate, we need to go up a little bit. That's pretty quiet. Between that and my clean. I feel like it's a little, you know, well, of course, Drive does a little bit of compression, but that kind of tames the boominess in the pickups. So let's go now to the middle stage, which of course cuts out the edge. So just to show you, that's pretty loud. Let's go here. See, the edge control does nothing in this middle position. So let's leave that at noon just for fun. And how many 90s songs involve the F and the G and D power chords? Such a 90s throwback. So let's what I will do is with the clean, I will come back when I have like the blue channel on either the top or the bottom position to show you what the boost sounds like. So let's go to the top position. Whoa, almost knocked my pedal over. See, I'm using a little compression pedal as a little bit of a stand. I need to figure that out, don't I? So this is the top position. Let's go with a little bit back to noon. I'm going to fall down. Let's reposition that. Let's lower the volume a bit. I'll see the light blinking. Oh, it's my El Capistan. That's what it is. So to go between the two real quick. The up position gets just a little bit more gain out of it, a little bit of a different clipping personality. So let's go in. Let's go full gain. Oh yeah, full gain right up there. Okay, that was really weird. I'm sorry. pretty bright for me, and I have my treble set it on my amp at 5, just before 5. It's playing Les Paul, you know, darker guitar, but I think it responds well to the tone knob. That's with my tone at about 5. Here's full. So the pedal responds really well to the tone knob. It tames kind of that. I think not having a tone knob at all, definitely you have to make use of your tone knob on your guitar. And if you're like me and you don't normally do that, you just leave it all at 10. It definitely helps tame some of those brighter moments. But this responding to the volume knob. So let's go about halfway. And full volume. Take the tone off just a little bit. I just messed up there, but I need to turn the volume up a little bit. I came up with one day on my phone that I forgot all about. So it gets kind of, I mean, that's a pretty good gain sound. So let's go up with the blue. Let's go down with the, or into the middle position with the green channel so we can act as a boost. And so I do really dig that each channel, the LED corresponds with the knobs. I think that's really cool. Especially with a lot of the pedals that I have either having white or red indicators. It's really cool to have different color LEDs. So this is the blue with it up in the up position. Turn the volume up just a little bit. Turn my tone knob back up. Let's switch between the two just to show you the difference in the difference between the two diodes, if there is much of one. Gonna reposition the pedal again. So a little bit of a difference, real subtle to me. Maybe my ears just aren't trained for it. But let's go in and do, like I talked about, using the one as a boost. And let's go in with a higher gain, because I just like gain. Turn the edge all the way up, volume up a bit. You can hear the buzzing. I lived in an old house. That made for basically just looking at the meter on my recording software, that made almost a 6 to 9 decibel jump with the boost. So if you're recording, just keep in mind, I mean, that's great to push through the mix with a solo, but if you're playing rhythm guitar, which of course, what's rhythm guitar? But if you're playing more of your power chords and stuff like that, that volume boost may throw things out of whack a little bit. But so let's. When you hear the buzzing, I live in an older house that was built in the 50s, and the room back here is not grounded, so they get a little bit of noise, especially as you get into higher gain stuff. So instead of playing the D, C2, whatever chords I'm playing, I'll play just straight power chords for those of you that want straight power chords. That's a terrible progression. So is that. Let's go 90s. So let's pull back on that a little bit. Let's go mid, full gain, and the volume. Pull the volume back a little bit. The blue channel. Volume back a little bit more. The Loophole Gray Matter. Now, Mike did make an initial batch, which I was fortunate enough to get number 3 out of that. I believe he said that the last 4 have shipped, and when he finishes up his DD20 rehouses that he currently has, he's going to make some more. So I do suggest getting in. It's really cool to support, especially like a local pedal company. I mean, it's always cool to support the smaller guys, but the local pedal companies, local anything, whether it's pedals or craft beer or bourbon or whatever it is. I just showed you my 3 poisons. I think it's really cool to get involved and try to forge a relationship with those and with those people, even if that's just supporting them and getting a hold of a cool pedal like the Gray Matter. It's been a really cool experience. So I really dig it. I have a lot of other pedals, and I've been playing with this one and quite a bit since I got it, I think, last Wednesday. And so, like I said, it's not a Marshall in a box. It's not a fuzz pedal, though. If you do combine both channels, let's just go full on nasty. One up, one down. Or the progression I've been playing. full volume. There we go. That's better. So what I was going to say and what prompted that is it's not a fuzz, but you can get kind of that spitty almost fuzz out of it if you go full blast. What I was playing before I realized that I didn't have my volume up was my volume pretty much down at almost at 0, like at 1 or 2. It was really, really low, which is really strange. But yeah, feel free to check it out. When I do these guitar, pedal demos, I really go into it without any idea what to play. I wish I could do what the king of pedal demos does, and by that I'm referring to Andy at Reverb, because he's awesome. But he can listen to a pedal and pick something to play with it. I just kind of go with whatever comes to mind. It might be original, it might be something that I've heard. I have no idea. When you're playing progressions like that, there's not a whole lot of creativity to it. But it shows power chords, it shows chords, and it shows what little lead stuff I can do. As I do more of these, I will get more structured and hopefully not take 20 minutes. But this is a relatively new pedal to the market, and I wanted to spend a little bit more time than normal going through all of it. Anytime you have a 2-in-1 enclosure and switches or toggles or whatever you want to call it, that changes the character of a pedal, you have to spend a little bit of time digging into it. Because you're not going to get it all in a 5 or 10 minute demo. If it were just a straightforward gain, volume, tone pedal, then yeah, you can generally cover that stuff. But there's a lot of stuff that I don't have time to cover, that you can experiment and get different things. I have a telly with some stacked humbuckers in it that it sounds completely different, and maybe I should do a demo or another video with that guitar, or a Strat, or even my P90 guitar, which, man, if my humbuckers are noisy, that P90 is going to go crazy. But there's a lot to it. It's a really cool pedal. Check it out. And as I said, there will be links in the description. Please check out and support Loophole Pedals. Mike, thanks for making an awesome pedal that I really enjoy. I've been spending a lot of time with. And I look forward to seeing more of what you do in the future. Once again, this is KCWM with another guitar demo. Thanks so much for listening, and you guys have a great day.